Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about XRP and some exciting stuff that actually happened today. So, for the first time since Elon Musk's first tweet about basically accepting Bitcoin to purchase, Teslas and stuff, we now have a backtrace on that statement. As we see here from a tweet from Elon Musk himself, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy/transaction. Now, this is interesting. A lot of people, have been pretty much quoting this tweet and saying, hey, XRP and HBAR will both be great uses for this. Even I tweeted it here, as you guys can see. As I mentioned, this is why XRP and HBAR, as well as various other green cryptos, will dominate this space. Bitcoin maxis can cry while their beloved asset is flipped by assets like XRP in terms of market cap and not price. It's only a matter of time. And I honestly do believe that it's only a matter of time before we see, cryptos like XRP and HBAR utilized in a way that's similar to this in terms of, we see big corporations using these cryptos for, pretty much purchases in terms of purchasing Teslas with XRP or HBAR and stuff like that. It's just because, overall, we already seen that XRP utilizes less energy, gas emissions, and CO2 than Cash itself. So there's no real reason why we wouldn't see Cash be replaced by something like XRP or, a digital dollar like how we are seeing, be brought into the works right now. But I do want to quote a tweet from blockchain backer himself. He said, "Bitcoin out sounds like XRP meets the criteria," and it honestly does. We already went over this many times. We already pretty much looked into it on the XRP ledger on how XRP itself, utilizes such a small amount of energy. I mean, it's minuscule on an actual, chart. But not only that, but the fees are so low. I mean, they're lower than HBAR by, I think, like a fraction of a penny. But HBAR and also XRP would be great, choices for Elon. But, we already know what cryptocurrency he prefers more, which is actually funny. And I think it's honestly disrespectful most of the time towards, all these other solid projects in the space. But the idea of shilling Dogecoin was such a terrible way of actually going about it from even his standpoint. You guys already know me personally. I don't like, billionaires talking about what, retail investors should buy. I just think it's a terrible way of kind of manipulating the overall market. The space doesn't have many regulations in it, as we already know. That's why this SEC lawsuit came out. But for the most part, for these billionaires to go around shilling projects like Doge when they don't really know anything about it, or in terms of, Elon Musk going on SNL talking about how it's, basically a hustle coin, it's just, I don't understand how you could walk people to the edge like that while, believing in the future of the economy and, the world and, believing everything's going to be green and all this, kind of nonsense, in my opinion, when, you're kind of shilling stuff like this. Or even in the idea of Tesla bringing Bitcoin in as a, currency in terms of buying their cars. It makes a lot of people kind of question the idea of what is the real point of, Tesla, because at some point you got to question how much energy or, how bad Bitcoin is for the environment, yet the only reason why anybody would want to purchase a Tesla is for the green aspect overall. So it's the same reason why, why would he be, talking about Dogecoin when, we already know what Dogecoin's main use case is, which is practically nothing. We also know the entire tokenomics of it, and it's just, a terrible asset to even buy in or to hold. That's why I will never show Dogecoin to anybody. I will never tell anybody to buy into it because I personally do not believe in the project at all. I mean, you're practically buying into a worthless asset. All because somebody comes on Twitter like Elon Musk and tweets out saying that he's buying Dogecoin or Dogecoin's the future or whatever. It doesn't mean that it's going to be anything less than a pump and dump scheme at the end of the day, which that's what, it basically is. But again, I'm not gonna, go ahead and say, hey, don't buy into Dogecoin, because this is a market where you guys could move your money into anything freely and take a risk on your own. But for the most part, I will never talk about Dogecoin in terms of a investor, pretty much, portion of my portfolio. I don't hold any, I never have, and I don't plan on holding any at all. But nonetheless, I thought this was interesting because, we are seeing, individuals realize, hey, Bitcoin has a serious problem on its hand, and that's the idea that it's not green. And we already talked about how the government will, at some point, introduce a ban on Bitcoin because of its, all-time energy consumption. It's just not sustainable in terms of, the environment. We already looked at the comparison on a chart between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also XRP, and vice versa with HBAR as well. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is just not sustainable long-term for any financial reasoning. It's the number one reason why I hold Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is so much more sustainable overall. I think that's the main reason why Bitcoin itself shouldn't be utilized the way it's utilized. I think it should just be for a store of value. And I think Bitcoin Cash should be the actual use case that Bitcoin does have, in which it's a free currency where the people are in charge of it overall, and you can move it with low cost, low energy consumption, and at the end of the day, it's more scalable. But at the end of the day, I think the only, true way to really look at this is just, we need to do better in terms of, utilizing what cryptocurrencies are utilized for what at the end of the day. Of course, Bitcoin will always reign in terms of the value aspect, but I still think that it's going to be something similar to MySpace in a way that, Facebook came in, totally took over and flipped MySpace for what it was actually utilized for. And I think that's what we'll see in time with Bitcoin Cash. I already tweeted before, Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is, at the end of the day, Bitcoin Cash is going to be utilized for what Bitcoin was supposed to, and Bitcoin's main use case will change. But I also do want to take a quote from Brad Garlinghouse himself. He said, "Let's not overthink this. Few people have changed the world the way Elon Musk has. No doubt that Bitcoin is here to stay, but denying there is a problem isn't a path to solving it. Whether it's through renewables or architectural changes, let's keep moving on the solution." And I think this is a great way to really sum it up. It's the idea that, yeah, sure, Bitcoin is great, but we still need to truly look at it from a realistic standpoint. And the realistic standpoint here is that Bitcoin does too much harm to be utilized in this aspect. And, I could say it all day long, but to really put it into, free reward and actually really bring, a problem to the people and to really bring it to light is a completely different, way of going about it. But again, it is what it is. A lot of these corporations will continuously, back Bitcoin, but projects like XRP, for example, will go under scrutiny, and we've already seen that this year. And I think it's only a matter of time before XRP gets the seal of it being cleared. And I think once that happens, I think that we'll see the true value come. And I think anybody who is on the XRP train will be able to reap the benefits of that. It just takes time. We already know this, but if it does become the first cryptocurrency to gain clarity, then I don't think that we have an issue at all in terms of where we see it going, because at that point, it's going to be hard to sell at least a little bit of it, but you do always want to take profit when profit is there. Now, of course, where do I see the market going now? Because, something like this that comes out does hurt the market, as we see here. We're seeing a big major sell-off in Bitcoin. We hit about $51,766. We're currently trading at about $52,438. A little bit bounce around here in terms of volatile, but we are also seeing Bitcoin dominance fall a bit here. We did bounce back a little bit, but for the most part, we were at about 42.15 here. Now I'm expecting, as you guys already know, I always update you guys on Bitcoin dominance where I see it going. I am seeing probably about 41 in our sights for about possibly the end of the month into the beginning of June, with June and July being the real big days where we probably see below 40 for the first time since 2017. Now, what does that mean for XRP overall? We've been holding up pretty well, I would say. We did hit about $1.29, but for the most part, we have been holding up fairly well against this dip, and we're only down about a little over about 8%. Nothing too crazy overall. I think that we will probably bounce back from this very strong to reclaim the $1.50 range. Now, how long will this dip last? It could be, a couple days. I think by Friday we'll probably see a full bounce back though, and I think that the weekend will be a good weekend overall. But of course, we still need to analyze PA and really kind of see where it goes. But for the most part, I think that this Tesla ordeal is, I think it's very good for crypto. I think at the end of the day, light is being shined on Bitcoin's main problem, and it's nothing that we already haven't known forever. As you guys already know, I talked about Bitcoin's main problem for such a long time, and even when Tesla announced the fact that they would accept Bitcoin for Tesla purchases, I even had an issue with that. I actually spoke about it, I think on Twitter at the time. It was a while back now, but I spoke about it saying that this completely contradicts the idea on what Tesla's really made for. And I thought it was only a matter of time before he went back on his word, and here we finally go. So, market fluctuates like this all the time, especially during like a bull run. So this dip's not going to scare me overall. I don't think that the bull run's over at all. I don't think that we're close to being over either. I think this is only the beginning. But I think that we're still a few months out until the end of this bull run is, really here. Like I said, I think December is most likely our topping point. Maybe December into January overall, but to be safe, I think December is a good spot. But again, something like this is nothing new. We've noticed, even in the past bull runs and so, we get the FUD that comes out, really destroys the market in terms of getting, the people who have weak hands to get shaken out. And then, we go to parabolic highs. I still think that we're still in sight for that, and I still think that this bull run is very healthy right now. Markets still look decently good, even though, Bitcoin is down to, key support levels. I still think that we could see 49K overall. But nonetheless, I still am very bullish on XRP. And hey, who knows? If Tesla accepts Bitcoin, or XRP, I should say, to purchase Teslas, then that would be incredible. But I don't know. It's hard to see where things are going. I think Dogecoin will most likely be the choice that Elon chooses, which is a terrible choice in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is. Can't really change people's minds like that. But nonetheless, still very bullish. I know what I hold. If you guys know what you hold, then awesome. But for the most part, still very bullish nonetheless. If you guys do enjoy the content, please leave a like and also subscribe and turn notifications on. A lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so I will, gladly appreciate anybody who is new to the channel, who wants to, be a part of, this growth on this channel and become a crypto crusader. If you guys do want more free content, definitely follow me on Twitter and also join the Discord in the description below. I'm giving away free knowledge all the time, pretty much, free content all day long. But nonetheless, guys, I do appreciate all the support and the growing support as well. This has been Nick. Thank you guys for watching.